All right, so today we're gonna be able to run you through our golf scorecard and show you how you can compare your handicaps with your friends and with those that you're going to be playing golf with. So obviously the first thing you got to do is you got to set up your scorecard. So we'll just click on this button right here, and we'll choose our players. So we're going to go with Taylor, go with Posty, go with Brandon, and then go with Michael Jordan because that's just a classic. And then we're just going to choose this first one up here on our list for us. We're going to go the Oaks at Spanish Fork, and we're just going to hit OK. And so you'll notice that as we did that, it changed the numbers right here. It changed the par for each hole, and it updated the names so you know who's playing and what they're playing at. And then just so you know, these are just the distances from the tee box to the hole, and we pulled all of those from our courses sheet right here. So we have the Oaks at Spanish Fork. You'll notice that this first blue is 384, and so we're going to go to blues, and so the Oaks at Spanish Fork was this first row right here. It was 384, and so it just does that down the whole entire row for every tee box that the course has, and it'll run you through that and then input you right there.
As well, on this courses tab, you'll notice it has a course rating and a slope. And so what it does when you first set up the scorecard, it brings that down here to our players, and it puts it in here. This is our calculation center to make calculations easier, and because handicap calculation is based on results from your last 20 rounds of golf, it was necessary to keep all this information in one place. It would come up here. You'll see it also puts in our slope here and our rating here. So, we had a great round of golf today. We actually already made a handy dandy scorecard down here, so we're just going to come up here. We're going to put in our great scores. And something I want to point out before we go anywhere is that this cell right here is a 9, and this cell right here is a 9. We're going to go over to here now, and we're going to finalize our results. And if we look down here, it has ranked us based on what our final score was over here. And if we go to those cells somewhere in this region, and somewhere in this region where there used to be a 9, and I believe there used to be an 8 over here too, you'll notice there's not either of those anymore. And that is exactly what the purpose of this calculator is it adjusts your score based on an individual handicap. And so if we come down here, you'll see that it put in our score, the original score, which doesn't match what you saw on the last scorecard. And based on calculations, it calculates what we call a handicap differential. And then this handicap average is based on all of these, and how it's calculated is actually dependent based on how many actual differentials you have in there between 1 and 20. And then it also brings out a handicap index, following which the handicap index is used to calculate our individual course handicap, which I'm going to show you in the code just real quick. Right here, the CH is for handicap for player 2. You'll see if the if-then statements for 9, 20, 30, and 40, and if his handicap is less than that, and depending on where his handicap falls, he has a max number of strokes he can get per each hole he plays. And so the program then takes that into consideration and then adjusts the scores, which is why the 9s and that other 8 are no longer here on this card, because they've been adjusted and no longer exist.
Okay, and then just to finish up, you'll just see here that it brings the scores, the adjusted scores that they have, shows the average scores for all the holes played, their handicap index. And then we update our standings, and we're done.